Fade in from the golden haze of a Manila sunrise, where the hum of jeepneys mingles with the rustle of acacia leaves. Quezon City isn't just a dot on the map, it's a living pulse, the beating heart of Metro Manila, once the nation's capital for nearly 3 decades until 1976. But here's the twist that might catch you off guard. This sprawling urban canvas, home to over 2.9 million souls, was dreamed up in the 1930s as a utopian garden city, a deliberate escape from the colonial clutter of old Manila. Planners envisioned wide boulevards lined with parks, not skyscrapers, a vision so ambitious it rivaled the world's great experiments in urban renewal. Yet today, it thrives as a mosaic of contradictions. Towering malls shadowed by ancient balit trees, revolutionary shrines next to buzzing night markets. Picture yourself stepping off a bus at the edge of the city, the air thick with the scent of pandan and rain-kissed earth. Your journey begins here, in a place where history whispers from cracked stone walls and modernity pulses through neon-veined streets. What secrets does this former capital hold? We'll wander through sun-dappled memorials that honor fallen leaders, lose ourselves in emerald watersheds where the wild still claims its ground, and savor the sizzle of street-side sisig under strings of fairy lights. From the intellectual corridors of a world-class university to the quirky illusions of interactive art worlds, Quezon City unfolds like a storybook, each page a blend of resilience, flavor, and forgotten lore. Join me as we peel back the layers of this unassuming giant, revealing not just sights but the soul of a city that refuses to stand still. The road ahead promises echoes of revolution, bites of bold cuisine, and moments that linger like the call of a distant carabao. Ready to discover? Number 1. Quezon Memorial Circle. As dawn's first light filters through the canopy of Nara trees, the camera sweeps low over a vast elliptical expanse. 110 hectares of manicured green unfurling like an emerald ribbon against the concrete tide. Joggers trace the perimeter paths, their footsteps syncing with the distant coo of doves, while families spread picnics on dew-kissed grass. At the center rises the Quezon Memorial Shrine, a 66-meter Art Deco spire piercing the sky. Its 3 graceful towers crowned by bronze angels that seem to hover in eternal vigil. This monument isn't mere stone, it's a time capsule to 1939, when Manuel L. Quezon, the Philippines' second president, envisioned a new capital to decongest Manila's chaos. Inaugurated in 1978, the shrine marks his tomb, the height a poignant nod to his age at death, 66 years. Fun fact, those 3 towers symbolize Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, Luz v Minda, a quiet pledge to national unity amid the fractures of colonial rule. Beneath lies a museum chronicling his era. From Commonwealth reforms to exile tales during World War II, artifacts like his presidential desk evoking the weight of a fledgling democracy. Wandering these grounds as a traveler, you feel the city's foundational rhythm, the soft crunch of gravel underfoot, the breeze carrying hints of jasmine from nearby gardens. It's a sanctuary amid urban frenzy, where locals gather for Zumba under the stars or kite festivals that paint the sky in riots of color. This circle isn't just a park, as shares Mang Tony, a lifelong resident and vendor of fresh buko juice nearby. It's where we remember to breathe. In Quezon's vision, we find our own. Climb the shrine's viewing deck for panoramas stretching to the Sierra Madre, and let the fountain's gentle cascade remind you. In Quezon City, history doesn't weigh you down, it lifts you higher. Just a short drive northward where academia's ivy-cloaked halls beckon, another chapter of intellect and innovation awaits. Number 2. University of the Philippines Diliman. The drone glides over sprawling lawns dotted with century-old malave trees, their branches arching like ancient scholars in quiet debate. Students pedal rusty bikes along palm-lined avenues, laughter spilling from open-air canteens where the aroma of kare-kare simmers on charcoal grills. Sunlight dapples the facade of the main library, a modernist beacon amid modernist obelisks and sun-baked carabaos grazing on the fringes. Yes, real water buffalo roam here, a nod to the campus's rural roots. Founded in 1908 but transplanted to Diliman in 1949, UP Diliman embodies the post-war rebirth of Filipino higher education. Spanning 493 hectares, the largest university campus in Asia, it's a microcosm of the nation's intellectual fire, birthplace of activists during Marcos's martial law and hub for Nobel-caliber minds like biochemist Bienvenido Juliano. Fun trivia. The first buildings, designed by architect Juan Arellano in 1940, were meant to echo the grandeur of American campuses. Yet Filipino ingenuity shines in quirks like the Sunken Garden, a former quarry turned amphitheater where jeepney horns fade into birdsong. As a visitor, threading through the Vargas Museum's halls of Amorsolo paintings or the Lopez Museum's ethnographic treasures, you sense a vibrant undercurrent, the pulse of debate in the College of Mass Communication, where future journalists sharpen their pens. It's alive, electric, like stepping into a living thesis on resilience. Up isn't walls and books, muses Professor Elena Reyes, pausing mid-lecture on Philippine folklore. It's the soil where ideas take root, wild and unyielding. Rent a bike for the loop trail, pause at the oblation statue, a bronze figure mid-stride, arms flung wide in sacrifice, and feel the weight of generations. Here, learning isn't confined. It spills into street art murals and midnight tambayan sessions under the stars. A mere kilometer east, the city's wilder side calls from concrete to canopy where nature reclaims the skyline. Number 3. La Mesa Eco Park. Mist clings to fern-fringed trails as the camera descends into a verdant bowl, where sunlight shafts pierce the canopy like golden spears. A chorus of cicadas rises with the lap of reservoir waves, kayaks slicing silver-blue waters while trekkers vanish into bamboo thickets. This isn't a park, it's a reclaimed wilderness, 54 hectares of reforested haven cradled in the La Mesa Dam's shadow, where the air tastes of damp earth and wild orchids. Proclaimed a protected watershed in 2006, La Mesa Eco Park guards Manila's primary water source, a 3,700-hectare expanse filtering rain into the city's veins since Spanish colonial aqueducts first tapped it. History whispers in its vermicomposting demos, earthworms turning waste to gold, and the Butterfly Pavilion, home to 20 Philippine species fluttering like living jewels. Fun fact, during World War II, Japanese forces used the dam as a fortress. Today, it's a peacekeeper, hosting 300 bird species and rare dugongs in upstream shallows. Exploring as a wayfarer, you surrender to the trail's embrace, the zip lines whoosh over treetops, the cool plunge in cascading pools where mossy rocks massage your soles. It's a reset button for the soul, the city's roar muffled to a murmur, replaced by the rustle of monitor lizards sunning on logs. This park doesn't just give shade, says Ranger Liza Santos, her boots caked in red mud from a morning patrol. It reminds us we're guests in nature's home, humble and grateful. Paddle a bamboo raft at dusk, when fireflies ignite the shallows like fallen stars and emerge renewed, carrying the quiet conviction that even megacities harbor secrets of green salvation. Winding south through bustling veins, we trade leaves for lights where commerce dances with creativity in a district reborn. Number 4. Eastwood City. Neon pulses like a digital aurora as night falls, the camera weaving through glass canyons where LED screens cascade waterfalls of color onto rain-slicked streets. Crowds spill from open-air cinemas, the sizzle of teppanyaki mingling with indie bands' riffs from rooftop lounges. Eastwood City isn't a mall, it's a self-contained universe. 18 hectares of high-rise harmony where corporate towers kiss entertainment plazas, and the Libis River's murmur underscores it all. Born in 1997 from a defunct estero, this mixed-use marvel was pioneered by MegaWorld as the Philippines' first business process outsourcing hub, now employing over 100,000 in call centers that bridge time zones. Its walkable core, fountains syncing to EDM, street performers juggling fire, blends Silicon Valley efficiency with Pinoy flair. Trivia nugget, the Le Cirque Fountain Show, imported from France, draws 500,000 visitors yearly, its waters choreographed to OPM hits like a liquid concert. Strolling here as an explorer, the energy is intoxicating, the thrill of snagging last-minute K-pop tickets at the multiplex, the warmth of adobo sliders from fusion carts under banyan shade. It's where work weeks blur into weekends, a testament to reinvention. Eastwood's our modern myth, laughs barista Marco Tan, pouring a lavender latte amid the glow. From polluted creek to skyline star, proof dreams code themselves here. Climb to the City Walk's helipad for aerials framing the metropolis's glow, or linger in the urban farm pockets where hydroponic greens nod to sustainable roots. In this cyber symphony, you don't just visit, you sink. A quick jaunt westward plunges us into retro rhythms where mid-century echoes meet market mayhem. Number 5. Cubao and Araneta City. The camera hurtles through a kaleidoscope of faded marquees and graffiti-splashed alleys, where vintage jukeboxes thump Visayan folk beside vape shops hawking glow sticks. Jeepneys honk in a symphony of chaos outside the hulking smart Araneta Coliseum, its dome a silver relic gleaming under sodium lamps, while inside, echoes of 1960s crowds linger like ghosts of sold-out concerts. Cubao's story arcs from 1950s farmland to 1960s boomtown, when the Araneta family transformed rice paddies into Asia's largest domed arena, seating 20,000, host to Beatles Mania in '66 and Thriller's regional premiere. Now Araneta City, it's a 35-hectare nexus of expo halls and flea markets. The RCA Antenna Farm site reborn as Cubao X's Indie Craft Bazaars. Fun quirk, the Coliseum's name honors Gregorio Araneta, but locals whisper it's haunted by a spectral vendor from its farmers' market days. As a rambler, you dive into the sensory storm, the haggling thrill at Tiendesitas's weekend stalls for handmade bonig mats, the smoky allure of lechon kawali from Corner Carinderias. It's raw, unpolished joy, a portal to the Philippines' pop culture underbelly. Cubao's like that old vinyl record, scratched but soulful, quips tattoo artist Kiko Reyes, inking a jeepney silhouette in his expo stall. It spins stories no app can stream. Catch a PBA game where cheers shake the rafters, or forage for vinyl rarities amid the neon haze. Here, nostalgia isn't preserved, it's remixed, alive in every backbeat. Savoring the aftertaste of street eats, we veer into scholastic streets where flavors fuel the mind. Number 6, Maginhawa Street. Twilight drapes Teacher's Village in a veil of lantern glow, the camera panning across rows of alfresco tables where steam rises from clay pots like whispered incantations. Laughter bubbles from clusters of students and families, forks clinking against plates heaped with Sisig's crackling pork and Halo's rainbow shave ice. Maginhawa Street, this kilometer artery, throbs as Quezon City's culinary spine, a post-war subdivision turned Epicurean epicenter. Emerging in the 1970s as housing for educators near UP, Teacher's Village bloomed with eateries feeding late-night cram sessions, now over 100 spots, from hole-in-the-wall Canto grills to fusion labs plating uni pasta. Historical thread. It honors the 1940s push for teacher welfare under Quezon, but trivia bites. The street's name derives from Maginhawa, meaning comfortable. Ironic given the post-typhoon floods that forged its resilient food scene. Once a quiet lane, it exploded in the 2010s via Instagram virality, birthing foodie crawls that draw 50,000 monthly. Tasting your way through as a gourmand wanderer, the assault is symphonic. The tangy pop of calamansi on Kinalaw, the umami depth of bone marrow sinigang warming your core against evening chill. It's communal alchemy, strangers bonding over shared platters. Maginhawa isn't just eats, confides Chef Anna Lim, flipping garlic rice at her heirloom stall. It's therapy on a plate, where worries melt like lechon fat. Linger till midnight for dessert detours, the air alive with sari-sari store chatter. In this village vein, every bite scripts a memory, proving Quezon's true spice lies in its people. Number 7. Artin Island. Step through frosted doors into a riot of trompe-l'oeil, where the camera tilts to capture a visitor riding a velociraptor amid Jurassic ferns, or plunging from a cliff into azure waves that lap at painted shores. Walls warp into infinite mirrors, hands bursting from canvases to grasp selfies. 3D murals so vivid you second-guess gravity itself. Artin Island, this 2013-born wonderland, spans 3,000 square meters of interactive canvas, a Baguio transplant thriving in Quezon's urban core. Rooted in the global 3D street art boom, it nods to Filipino artists like Ilya Kabakov's immersive tales, but with local zest, murals of jeepney stampedes or Halo avalanches. Fun fact, over 1 million poses snapped yearly, with zero-gravity rooms defying physics via optical wizardry. Perfect for that viral shot locals call the Quezon Float. It's education disguised as escapism, teaching perspective through play. As an illusion chaser, the glee is childlike, the cackle when your dragon mount fools the lens, the hush in neon-lit chambers where shadows play accomplice. It's catharsis, a brief rebellion against the mundane. Here, imagination isn't optional, it's the brush, grins curator Mia Cruz. Adjusting a mural's vanishing point, we paint possibilities, one pose at a time. Pose with pint-sized Pinoy superheroes or surf a Baracco wave. Emerge blinking into reality, pockets full of printed proofs. In Quezon's canvas, art doesn't hang, it hugs you. Number 8. Ninoy Aquino Parks and Wildlife Center. Golden hour bathes chain-link aviaries in amber, the camera zooming on a Philippine eagle's piercing gaze, its feathers ruffling in the thermals of a man-made eyrie. Crocodiles bask on sun-warmed banks, their prehistoric jaws agape, while Tamaraw buffaloes amble through grassy paddocks, horns curling like question marks. This 22-hectare sanctuary, tucked in Novaliches folds, pulses with the raw thrum of survival, hoots from hornbills echoing like ancient alarms. Established in 1955 as the National Zoological Park, renamed in 1981 for the slain senator, it's a frontline for conservation, sheltering 200 species from poachers' grasp. Historical heartbeat. Ninoy's namesake ties to his Diliman days, but trivia roars. Home to the last captive Philippine crocodiles, bred back from brink via egg rescues. It's no zoo, it's rehab, with vet labs incubating hope amid the 1940s airfield ruins. Venturing in as a nature pilgrim, the immersion grounds you, the earthy musk of enclosures, the thrill of feeding kangkong to turtles from guided paths. It's humbling theater where man's follies meet wild forgiveness. These animals teach patience, reflects vet Dr. Ramon de la Cruz, bandaging a monkey's paw. They remind us Quezon's gardens were meant for all wings and claws. Spot the rare Visayan warty pig rooting in underbrush, or join a birdwatching tour at dusk when fruit bats blot the sky. Leave with a deepened pact. In this urban arc, extinction's tide can turn. Number 9. Santo Domingo Church and Convent. Cobblestones yield underfoot as the camera ascends vine-draped steps to Baroque facades, sunlight fracturing through stained glass into kaleidoscopic pools on tiled floors. Incense curls from side altars, mingling with the murmur of novenas, while cloistered gardens bloom with sampaguita, their petals drifting like confetti from heaven. Santo Domingo. Quezon City's eldest sentinel stands as a coral-hewn testament, its 250-year span defying earthquakes and empires. Consecrated in 1774 by Spanish Augustinians, it's the order's Philippine cradle, housing the revered Our Lady of the Rosary, processioned in January's grand fluvial fiesta drawing 2 million. Lore layers. Built from Intramuros limestone, it survived World War II bombings. Fun fact, its clock tower chimes a melody composed in 1898, syncing with revolutionary hymns. The convent's museum vaults relics like 17th-century chalices, bridging friar chronicles to modern masses. As a seeker, the serenity envelops, the cool stone against palms in prayer nooks, the swell of choir voices lifting like smoke. It's a pause in the profane where history's scars fade into solace. This church holds our joys and griefs, intones parishioner Tita Rosa, arranging bouquets for La Naval. Like a grandmother's lap, comfort in every crevice. Trace the cloister's arches, whisper in the crypt's hush. Emerge fortified in Quezon's rush, here faith folds time. Number 10. New Manila. Dusk softens the bougainvillea hedges lining broad avenues, the camera gliding past Art Deco bungalows with verandas aglow in lantern light. Palm shadows dance on wrought iron fences, and the faint clip-clop of horses from nearby stables punctuates the hush. Yes, equestrian trails thread this pocket. New Manila, born in the 1950s as Quezon's elite quarter, exudes a Gatsby-esque poise amid the sprawl. Its grid of green medians a deliberate nod to garden suburbia. Platted in 1947 on Tuason estate lands, once hacienda vastness sold for 5 centavos per square meter. It's a living blueprint of post-war optimism, home to ambassadors and artists in homes blending California ranch with Filipino ventanillas. Trivia tease. Broadway Centrum, its commercial core, hosted 1960s drive-ins. Now, it's cafes serving heirloom sans rival Kulintang beats. Sauntering these lanes as a genteel guest, elegance seeps in, the rustle of silk from open windows, the tart burst of calamansi from corner orchards. It's intimate reverie, a world away from jeepney jams. New Manila's our quiet pride, smiles retiree Don Emilio Vargas, watering ferns from his porch, where roots run deep and neighbors are family. Stroll the circle parks for chess under gazebos, or dine al fresco on Bistec Tagalog. Here, sophistication simmers softly. Number 11. Centrist Walk and Farmers Market. Morning bustle erupts in a symphony of haggling voices, the camera dipping into stalls overflowing with ruby pomelos and wriggling tilapia, steam rising from puto vendors' bamboo steamers. Overhead, string lights sway like vines, framing the open-air mall where office workers sip Baracco brew amid live acoustic sets. Centrist Walk, fused to the 1975 Farmers Market, is Quezon's agrarian agora reborn. 28 hectares where farm fresh meets foot traffic. The market's roots dig to 1960s relocation from Divisoria, a hub for provincial bounty. Centris, added in 2010, wove it into a lifestyle loop with cinemas and co-working nooks. Fun morsel. Sunday's Sidcor market balloons to 1,000 vendors, trading everything from orchids to OTAP pastries. A treasure hunt on steroids. Browsing as a market maven, the vibrancy vitalizes, the slick slide of mangoes into bags, the sizzle of Inihaw Isda drawing you in. It's democratic delight, equalizing epicure and everyman. Farmers markets are daily miracle, chuckles vendor Aling Nena, bundling Kong Kong. From soil to table, it feeds the city's spirit. Forage for heirloom veggies, catch a film under the stars, emerge sated, connected. Number 12, EDSA Shrine and People Power Monument. The camera circles a marble tableau of defiant figures linking arms, their faces etched with resolve against a backdrop of eternal flames flickering in bronze bowls. Pilgrims lay flowers at the base, the air heavy with candle wax and murmured prayers, while across the 8-lane divide, the EDSA Shrine's glass spires catch the sun like prisms of hope. This duo commemorates 1986's bloodless uprising, 4 million marching to topple tyranny. The monument, unveiled in 1993, captures the snap revolution's climax. The shrine, built 1989, overlooks the highway where tanks yielded to rosaries. Historical fire. It echoes Balintawak's 1896 cry nearby. But trivia, the site's former name, Highway 54, was Rizal's birthday nod, fate's full circle. Standing witness as a history hound, the charge is visceral, the wind whipping EDSA's roar into a hush, the monument's scale humbling your stride. It's collective catharsis, where past protests fuel present paces. EDSA isn't stone, it's our shared scar and star, reflects activist Lola Carmen, tracing the figures, reminding us power's in the people. As the sun dips behind the Sierra Madre, casting Quezon City in a tapestry of amber and indigo, we pause to weave these threads into a greater portrait. This isn't a city of monoliths or malls alone, it's a symphony of contrasts, where Art Deco spires pierce skies once planned for endless parks and watersheds whisper against warehouse hums. From the scholarly shade of Diliman to the sizzling solidarity of Maginhawa, Quezon embodies the Filipino genius. Resilient reinvention, where history's lessons flavor every forkful, every footfall. It's a place of profound heart, former capital turned cultural crucible, garden dream deferred but never dimmed, pulsing with the warmth of neighbors sharing adobo under the same moon. In its villages, villains become victors. In its shrines, silence speaks volumes. Quezon City teaches that wonders aren't found, they're forged. In the quiet courage of everyday lives, what lingers then in this mosaic of memory and motion? That travel, at its core, is less about stamps on a passport and more about stains on the soul, the indelible mark of a stranger's story, a flavor that haunts your dreams. Let Quezon stir that in you, a call to chase the unplanned, to find poetry in the pavement. If one of these places made it to your travel bucket list, the echo of a Coliseum cheer or the hush of an eco trail, share this video with a friend who dreams of exploring the Philippines. Subscribe to Discovering the Earth for more journeys that unfold the world's hidden heartbeats. Until next time, keep wandering. Mahalo and mabuhay.